A very good day to you and welcome to Herman Manyora's YouTube channel. My name is Jedel Kabir. It's always a pleasure, it's always a joy to have you joining us for conversations we hope will help our political leaders making better policy and political moves. I'm here with Prof. Herman Manyora. Prof, great to see you. How are you doing this particular day?
Oh, I'm great.
Kenya is in China. Chinese are loving Kenyans there. Raila Odinga's campaign for AUC is happening. Broad-based government. How is it taking you from your political analysis
From 1884? We are still slaving ourselves. When this continent was cut into pieces by Europeans at the Berlin Conference. 1884. Hey, my friend, 1884.
We're still there.
After years of slavery and everything else, and colonialism, and we are still taking ourselves. This time now we take ourselves. It is the Chinese who need us. We don't need the Chinese. We don't need them even for 1 minute. They need us.
We're going for
we don't need America. We don't need Europe. We don't need nobody. It is those people who need us. And they must come here and kneel and beg. What are we going to do there?
I've seen another photo of African presidents with President Xi.
It makes you sick.
After the president, our president.
I've just seen my doctor today. After watching the African presidents trembling before the Chinese, I had to see my doctor. I'm telling you. I'm from a checkup. My heart is, and now my heart has begun missing. My heart has always been perfect, but now there are some misses. It's missing kidogo. Pop. It has always been the pain of being a Kenyan, and now it's the pain of being an African. Oh God.
But now it seems like this trip was intentionally made for Raila Odinga, especially from Kenyan perspective. Ruto took Raila there so that he can interact with presidents from Africa.
That's okay. That one's
who is
okay.
AUC.
That one's okay. Raila is my friend. Let him get it. That's okay. There's no problem. That one's okay.
You've always been switching from whether he'll get it or
No, it's been very difficult. This situation, this game has been difficult. I know, and I don't want to say it in public. I know under what conditions he may get. But on the face of it, he cannot get. If you do arithmetics, carry 1 plus 1, carry 1 minus 3. If you do, he can't get. He doesn't have the numbers. But I know under what circumstances, under what conditions he will get.
So give us,
that is not for the...
Give us one hint.
That's not for the camera.
Just one hint will be beneficial because now you're putting fear into Kenyans who are thinking this thing will be ours.
Yeah, this thing is ours, but it would not be because we were able to marshal the numbers. Even if we went to China 10 times to meet those African heads of state, even if there was now a Russia-Africa summit, and we all rushed there, and then another one American, and another Anglo-African summit in UK, even if there are 200, we can't get the numbers. But there are circumstances, conditions under which we will get this thing. We will bag it because some more powerful person has the interest that we get it.
My question is,
let's stop it there.
How influential is America's, Chinese, you look at the United Arab Emirates countries and those sides, how influential are they when it comes to decisions about the African Union here in Africa?
How influential in terms of who gets?
Who gets?
It depends on what interest they have. You see, for example, now you must know that Americans are not happy with the Russian influence, penetrating influence in Africa. So if they could get a candidate who will slow the Russian onslaught in Africa, the growing Russian influence, they will be more than happy to support. And you can take it to the bank. Americans have got serious influence. Just at a persuasive level, they have a lot of friends among African presidents. There are many African presidents who depend on America. There are many African presidents who can be squeezed a bit. Now you have made me say what I wanted to say. They can show you your file, then they close. They tell you, where are you voting? You say, this guy of Djibouti. Where? Djibouti. Then they show you and they close. And the way these guys like going to America, and their children are in America, they could vote because of coercion from America or influence. Uncle Sam can influence. Say you can see you are suffering so much. We can help you a bit, but Raila Odinga from Kenya. Under those circumstances, Raila will sail through, but we don't have the numbers.
Some believe that this is all about local politics for Ruto, not about Raila's AU. This is now the reception that he received in Nyanza, the way the country is peaceful. Now he can even travel to China because he believes Kenya is safe without him now. Could this be the case, that Ruto is not necessarily that interested in AU, from where you see it?
It's possible. It's possible. You see, that some people have said, even before Raila gets, you launch him today and tomorrow you are in Nyanza and you are being received. So even if Raila didn't get, you already have inroads in Nyanza. You may lose a few people because he has not gotten, but a few will stick. Unajua Ruto ni kama gamu. Inzi kikanyaga hapo inakwama. So inzi fulani zitakwama hapo kwa gamu ya Ruto. So even if Raila were to get annoyed because he didn't get. But there's somebody, you know, Kenyans have very interesting theories. Some of them you may write off. But when you reflect later, some guys, I can't mention him, but still I can't remember him. Please, if you watch, forgive me for not remembering. I was more interested in what you are saying. He said, how if Raila has a deal with Ruto? And this AU thing is just the decoy. So that Ruto gets the peace he needs because of Raila. He gets Luo Nyanza because of Raila. And Raila must give his people the reason why he's working with Ruto, which is AU. But actually is not interested in that.
And then we go back.
There's already a deal.
Yeah.
So this AU is just...
a decoy. Camouflaging the real intention.
That guy... I told him, who is this guy? I told him, but I don't like such a dangerous ideas. How come I didn't think about it? I can't remember the guy. Just for my own sake, not for the viewer's sake, I wouldn't say. There's somebody told me that. I say, what? Stop a minute. Rudia? At maybe kuna deal katikati ya Raila na Ruto. Na hii kitu ya AU ni kufunika sisi macho.
But isn't that too expensive for the president to partake that idea?
Which one?
Supporting Raila's AUC bid just because...
But Uhuru supported Amina Mohammed and she lost, so what? We are used to losing. Raila won't be the first to lose. Amina Mohammed lost.
So then we'll go back to that idea that...
And she was a front runner. In the first round, she had the highest number of votes. So she was not just another run. She was a serious candidate. She was number one. But you know, you must go on until you have a clear 2,000 majority.
But if we decide to entertain that idea, what does this mean for Raila supporters? Because there's been this conversation...
If this man is right, is a smoke screen for them. They think we are supporting Ruto because Ruto is supporting Raila. So Ruto has his bag and he goes out with it full of gold. Raila has his bag full of gold and each one go their way.
What is the effect of Raila losing AU for President Ruto? Because everyone is expecting Ruto to make sure that Raila becomes the AU chair.
That's why I said, if Raila loses, it depends on how he reacts. And you know, Raila is used to losing these things. So he can take it with his stride. So it could have been a game. But people would not know it was a game, assuming that man again is right.
Yes.
It could have been a game, but because Raila takes it easy whenever he loses, people will not find anything strange with him just being comfortable. Kumeni game one go matches. Mambo yao wamemalizana. How, I don't know. He never even mentioned how, but kuna mambo yao wamemalizana huko. Politics is a game. It's a big game. Yeah.
Do you think Raila can come back to Kenya for 2027 vie for presidency?
Raila can lose AU and come back and stand. Assuming they need to have a serious deal with Ruto. If there's no deal, he can lose, come back and vie 2027. He can go and cut short his tenure and come and run. All these things are possibilities. But if that guy is right, there was a deal between Ruto and Raila. Whether he loses or not, he will not run. Instead, maybe part of the deal is to make the daughter enter the mainstream of leadership of this country, or somebody like that.
Isn't that far-fetched? The daughter...
Well, politics is about far-fetched things.
Some absurd ideas...
If you told somebody a few years ago Ruto will be president, they'll think you are mad. But he's your president now. Even Moi. Moi was a rank outsider. When Kenyatta died, I still have that weekly review. I remember the name, Dr. Njoroge Mungai, Masinde Muliro, the uncrowned prince. There was Jeremiah Nyaga. There was Konyokiano, they were there listed. Moi was not.
But then,
He, 24 years president. Politics is a game of surprises.
eh,
Yeah.
now they are
And the dreams. Politics is the home of dreamers. Serious people like us, we calculate our risks. We are cautious. We can't get it. Those who have no shame, who don't calculate, they just jump in it. Unasikia amekuwa MP.
I started by asking you, this game of dreamers, what is your now perception of this broad-based, how it has come together? Yes, we have entertained that thought, maybe there could be a game being played, but it has come to be. Do you think it has been received well, and the way it has been brought to the people, is this the right way to go?
Let me say this. The so-called broad-based government does not sit well with Kenyans. So if Ruto and Raila want to hear, they can hear from me. They know, apart from Gachagua, I'm the next truthful man of God. I say the truth. And I mean no harm. I have no ill will. Kenyans don't want this nonsense of broad-based government. And I'm sorry to call it nonsense, because it is nonsense. Kenyans don't want it. No. We want clean politics. You want somebody loses an election, they go home. So what we should be fighting for is to ensure that if somebody loses, he has actually lost. If somebody wins, he has actually won. That's what Kenyans want. But this idea of politicians cutting corners and doing what? Let me tell you this. Raila will also be shocked that a reasonable percentage of people, then the number could surprise Raila, that among his own community, not because I'm seeing these things on social media, but because I also know, I understand this country. I have the pulse of this country. The number of Luos, let me just call them Luos because we like calling them communities. They're just Luos, like I'm a Luya, so what? I'm a Luya, I'm a Luo, and I'm a Kalenjin.
Yes.
I'm those three.
Okay.
Luya, Luo, Kalenjin. Ugandan, I'm four. Now,
We'll talk
the number
about
of
that
Luos,
later.
number of Luos who are not happy with this thing openly can frighten Raila. But passively, they are also much more. And the number would grow if he didn't get this AU thing. Ruto will not get a through pass. I know many of the Luos will vote for Ruto, even if Raila loses the AU seat. But it will not go beyond 60%. And the turnout will be terrible. That's why I've been warning Ruto. Not warning, advising. He's my president. If he was not, I would be warning him. That you play with Mount Kenya at your own peril. Talk well with Gachagua. Because he's a truthful man of God. Being son of Mau Mau. He was, you know that? He has Mau Mau blood. Talk to him well. Keep Mount Kenya. Because those Nyanza votes are very erratic. I'm doing my video for Saturday, you'll see. I'm going to analyze that video. Why somebody as weak as Kalonzo Musyoka can give Ruto and Raila a run for their man and win that election. That's my video for Saturday.
Well, we'll talk more about this conversation. Raila's AUC, broad-based government, the politics in Kenya is dirty. Prof says it must be cleaned up. Have yourself a lovely rest of your day.